Hello everybody, Kenny here from Call Academy. Okay, so in this video we're going to basically do a campaign walkthrough. We're going to be setting up the campaign end to end. I might have to pause it at a few times to get things set up, but we're going to walk through the whole thing. We've done a lot of the videos to set up everything we need to set up before we need to get here. So this is going to be putting all the pieces together. As I've previously said, there's no finite way with Facebook. It's a monster within itself. We're laying the blueprints for you to get started, a way to get some tests through, and to give you some new ideas basically on what you could do or what you could do with a campaign that you start with a call. This is Adespresso. You've probably seen it in the previous video. I'm going to be walking through the campaign with this tool. You will see why when I go through it. It is an amazing tool. I just started on this page because you can see that it's a free trial. You can have it's a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. You could tap into your Facebook account and you can basically set up a campaign end to end. It is very, very, very powerful, and there's some features here that will probably save you 5 or 6 hours, not even kidding you. So when setting this module up, I did sign up with a free trial just to show you that you can use all the features within Adespresso. Okay, so let me just quickly log in here. Okay, so it's going to quickly log in. So you can see here that my 14-day trial has expired. Even though the trial's expired, I can still use the account before I upgrade, which basically means that I can still optimize using this, and I can probably still set up a new campaign. So we're going to walk through that here. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to log out of this campaign, this user profile, and I'm going to just set a new one up from scratch. Okay. Although you can still optimize your existing campaigns that you use in the 14-day trial, you just can't set up new ones. So just keep that in mind. So let me go to start a new free trial. I'm going to use my other email. Feel free to email me. Okay, let me just create a password, my name. Core growth. Right, Kingdom, start optimizing now. No credit card required. You can just get straight into it. Right, so I'll just put a different phone number here. 44. Let me just pick other. Or you can just skip this step. You don't really need to do this part. So you go to add a Facebook account. Now I've added my Facebook account previously. It's already in use with another Adespresso account. Right, I'm back now after playing around a bit with the accounts to see what I could do. I tried to add my brother's account to Adespresso to get the free trial to show you the sign up, but it didn't work because Adespresso is clever. They probably logged down my user agent and my IP address and cancelled it. So what I did, I just went back to the original account I had the subscription with and the trial with. I just quickly upgraded with the base package here so we can get on with things. So it's the base package. There's a few other packages, a few other limitations with X, Y, Z, but this is all that you're going to need. I think the trial, the 14-day trial, allows you to use a greater package than what we have here even. So anyway, moving on. So I've clicked on new campaign now. After everything's got set up, it's a very simple setup form. Click on new campaign. I'm just going to call this SLC tester, right? So my account is here because you add an account as shown previously. So what we're going to choose here is an external website, click to website campaign here. So it's already set here. There's things here, pages for like campaigns, mobile application stuff, and local things like local awareness, social ads, blah, blah, blah. But we can stick with websites, click to external website. Okay, so you go to proceed. Right. So you can build out this campaign, and you can basically hit save draft and come back later, which is excellent. Similar to the Facebook Power Editor, if you've ever used that, you can also leave things there saved and come back to it at a later time. So we're going to leave it on normal here. So here's where we go back to the page that we created. So we support forgiveness is the page we created. If you haven't seen the video on the like page and the like campaign, please go back to that video. I think that's the second video in this module. So we picked that page. Now, here's where things get a little bit more exciting, to me anyway. You can put the headline, your ad text, URLs, your pictures, your link description, which is used for desktop ads, but we're doing mostly mobile, and the call to action button here. So this is just like it will be in Facebook. You can set this up simply, but the exciting thing about Qzx900 is you can do multiple ones of each. So you can do 2 headlines. So for example, if it's something crazy like, let me think, so this is for SLC, students from what university, let's say Arizona State University, are saving thousands of dollars, right? And then in the second one, we can put something similar to this. Maybe you can think of a completely different headline, something completely crazy. Student from Arizona State University buys Lux car by calling us. Something crazy like that. Will that work? Who knows? Test it, you know what I mean? So you can then go down here and say something like university students across the USA are being forgiven for their student debt. You can write something longer, something shorter. You can also write a second one here. Maybe you can do a general one on the first ad text, and then the second one you can tailor it to the university that we're targeting. Students from Arizona State University are being forgiven for their student debt. So that's 2 headlines, 2 ad texts now. We're going to add some pictures here. I'm just going to, for this test example, I'm just going to leave everything at 2 for everything, right? So what I'm going to do here is go to desktop. I've got 2 pictures here that I quickly downloaded before this video. Okay, that video is too big. Let me just select 2. I'm just going to select, okay, I've got some things here in the gallery, which is good. This is some of the ones I used in the actual campaign I set up that got a few conversions. Which I think it was this one that got the conversion. And then I'm going to pick a few more here. Okay, fine. So I'm going to add the 3 images. Right, so so now we've got 2 headlines, 2 ad texts, 3 images. The URL, let me go to the URL. So here is the URL. This says Phoenix, but Arizona, Phoenix, they're completely different universities, by the way. So let me just quickly go back. This is the link. I just spell Phoenix. I don't spell, I copy and paste. So that's Phoenix University. Let me change this one to Phoenix University. And this one to Phoenix University. Right, so we're dealing with Phoenix University here, guys. We've got 2 headlines, 2 ad texts, 3 pictures, 1 link, because there's only 1 link for the, there's only 1 lander here for Phoenix. All other landers will be about other colleges. Let me just quickly show you here. You should have seen this in the lander page video in part 1 and 2. So you can see Penn State, Colorado Tech, there's Ashford, and there's a bunch of other pages here with all other unis. And there's a reason why they're split down, which I'm going to show you in a second. So we're using the Phoenix one here. So the display link, you can just do something simple like this. I don't know, slash forgiveness. This link description is for desktop ads here. So I'll show you, we're not going to put anything in there because we're dealing with mobile here. We want people to click to lander, to click the button and or banner, depends on what you do. Let me just quickly show you what I mean. Again, this is in the lander video, so if you haven't seen that, I break it down in part 1 and part 2. This is the banner of the number. You can see on the bottom left corner, it is hyperlinked, so when they go in it on the mobile, they can click it and they can call, okay? So call to action, learn more, right? And you can test the second one. Instead of learn more, you can put sign up. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but you would be surprised what converts sometimes. It could be a thing to sign up for, could not be, could be a thing to understand more, but I'm not gonna decide for myself what works. I'm just gonna test it. I mean, there are things here that don't make sense, like shop now, because we're not actually selling anything. Well, technically we kind of are, but you know, test it if you feel like it. But so now, just to review everything before I go to the next part of this video, we've got 2 headlines, 2 ad texts, 3 images, a 1 URL, a display URL, and that URL here is what they click to lander for. So that's the actual page they go to, and 2 call to actions. So I'm just going to save for draft here, just to show you that you can save it. So now it's saved. I can go back to my campaigns, scroll to the bottom, and then you can see SLC tester here in draft. So it'll always be there, the creation date, last update date, and you can always go back to it. So that's excellent. So we're just going to go back here and then continue. It starts from the beginning every time, but everything you've got there is saved. So you can go to proceed. Everything's here as normal. So right, at the bottom here, you can see that there's like a preview of all the ads. So we're going to turn off desktop, audience network, Instagram, and right column. We just want it to show on mobile. You can get a view of what it looks like down here. All right, so this is a view of what it looks like. I'm sure you can probably come up with a more interesting top heading here. You can really play with it, go to town on it. You can test long copy versus short copy up here. You can write a story, a quote. You can test all sorts of things up here, and the headline as well you can test. You can see here that all the so because we've created, if you look at 2 headlines, 2 text, 3 images, 1 URL, and 2 call to actions, there's now 24 variations of what we can see here. And you can go next, 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 and then you, at the after about 5, you can click view 24. So here, when it loads, you can see all 24 variations of different headlines, images, the buttons, learn more versus sign up, and it will all be there. So it splits it all down for you, which is excellent. And this is one of the key features of AdExpresso. You don't have to do this manually, which you may have to do if you're using even the Power Editor. So this is a great tool. So now I'm happy with everything that I've put here, and now I'm going to go to next, proceed. Right, so location, I'm going to put United States. Right, you could put things like cities, like New York, if you wanted to just target New York. If you just wanted to target the area where the university was, you can do that. I'm not actually sure where Phoenix is. I'm from England, but you know, I'm sure it's somewhere. But then again, that doesn't really make sense because obviously people that go to that uni or college could be from anywhere in the United States. So I just target the United States. All at this stage, because it's university or college, the campaign for SLC, the one that I picked anyway, it could be different elsewhere. They say if you've got a student loan for 6 months and over, which means even if you're 18 and you just about went to college, you can still get forgiveness. I'm going to do 18 to, let's say 50, or let's just say 35 for now, to target people that might be seeking some forgiveness. You can split this out, you can break this up. Actually, let's do 65 for now, and I'll show you why in a second. You can do things like relationship, demographic, and things like that, but I'm going to leave that blank for now and just leave that there. Education level is something that I want to do. So I want people that are in college because they have student loans, people with grad school, some college because they might have student loans, associate degree, in grad school, some grad school, master, doctorate. Professional degree might not be anything that is government related and student loans, so I'll just leave that there for now. It could be, but I'll just leave that there for now. So I picked all the education levels. As I said, if this is another campaign and you were targeting, I don't know, dating or something, dating calls, which will be cool, you might pick females that are single, for example. So that's something you might do. But for now, I'm just going to leave that open because we're not doing dating. But that's just the power of something you can do here. You can do this on Facebook as well. It's just a lot easier on this tool, I feel. So custom audiences. So if you remember, we created a lookalike audience before in the lookalike audience video. So please, please, please have a look at that video if you haven't looked at it now. It will make a lot more sense. So lookalike audience, 1%. Long calls, or the one we did in the video was, yeah, I think it was this SRC long calls, right? So that's the lookalike audience. So we're going to put that there. So that filters it down to 1.8 million people in the United States that are male and female between 18 to 65. Now, what I want to do here is go to interests. I'm terrible at spelling some words. Phoenix. It's just one of them red herring words, you know what I mean? Or not. So Phoenix. Phoenix alum. Right. So what I want to target is people from the Uni of Phoenix and the alumni. Now you don't need to target alumni, but you can. I think there might be a bigger audience here. University of Phoenix. Okay, so there's University of Phoenix, and then there's the alumni as well. I'm tempted to just do University of Phoenix for now because it's a bigger audience, or you can leave both, one or the other. For now, I'm just going to take out the alumni association. I'm not really sure what an association is. So down here, if you had more than one audience, for example, you could do all of the above, any of the above, or none of the above to just filter everything out. So I'm just going to do any of the above here, right? So I still feel like this is a little bit light. University of Phoenix. It does look a little bit light, but I'm just going to just going to leave it for now. But you can see at the bottom here, different kind of unis and their audiences. So actually it does look a little bit like, because of the lookalike audience that we've got. So the lookalike audience, what it's basically saying is the lookalike audience we have here, plus the audience of people in Phoenix, is filtered down to 170 K people. Now, the lookalike audience, as explained in the lookalike video, is basically what we did is we got people that have called and converted, took their caller ID, which is their phone number, loaded it into Facebook to say, hey, find me 1% of USA that look exactly like these people that converted. So that brings us back this audience of 2 million people. Now we're filtering it down a little bit further because we're interested in the people in Phoenix. Because of this page, we're targeting people from Phoenix. Our headlines are targeting people from Phoenix, so it's very targeted. It's as targeted as we could be, to be honest. And then what we're going to be doing is, there's ISO and Android here, behaviors, which I kind of tend to not touch in campaigns like this. Because most of the targeting is done by the people. So as long as they've got a student loan, it's very broad. Things like their behaviors, I don't know, maybe your research might tell you otherwise, don't come to play for me. So I might go into, so what I'm going to do here is go to proceed. Now I've set everything up just to review this page. We've done United States, languages, we've just left them blank. You could do English, but you might want to target, there might be other speaking people that live in the United States that understand English that could call also, so I'd leave that blank. 18 to 65, male and female. We've put the University of Phoenix, and we've put a lookalike 1% audience that we created earlier. Okay, and we're targeting both Android and iOS. So then when you go to proceed, you will then be targeted with this here. So what AdExpresso can do, it can upload up to 250 ads at the same time. We've already got, so you can see here, we've already got 24 because of the variations we've put in with the headlines, images, etc., etc. It can do a max of 25. So what these buttons do is quickly creates ad sets based on what you've clicked. So you can see, if you highlight interested in, down here, it says male, female, male and female not specified, relationship status, single, engaged, blah, 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 operating system, ISO, Android, gender, male, female, or education level. So you can split test all of these things with one click of a button. So you can see in education levels, I might want to see which education level has the best CTR. So just maybe I just want to target people that have some grad school because their CTRs are best, etc., etc. So I'm going to click education level, and it tells me 129 ads will be created based on what I've done. So there was 8 different education levels, 24 creatives, so that times it by 8, which is 129. It says an error here. Some experiments have been disabled to avoid more than 250 ads, which makes sense. Which means now I've clicked this, I can't click and A/B test all of these in one click, because these will multiply. If I times what I had here by 2 for gender, it'll be way more than 250. Or you could just do gender, and then you can say operating system. That will create 96 ads. Yeah, I can't do any more than that, because any more will create more variations. I probably wouldn't do interested in terms of what sex that person's interested in. I don't really see that as relevant for this type of campaign, or relationship status. What I did in the previous campaign that I set up, I did education levels, right? So what I'm tempted to do here is, no, I'm just going to leave it at education level because that made more sense to me, to be fair. So what I'll do now is go to proceed, and what it will do after you proceed, it will take all its time and load everything up into Facebook. It might take some time, and it might do it bit by bit, and you might get trickles of 20 approvals at once while the others are being approved. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to upload this now because I've already uploaded this campaign into Facebook. So what I'm going to do is go to my campaigns and have a look at what's actually happened. So this Phoenix test was set up before. this previous test, I only spent £67 on it, which might be about $90 or so. It really, so what you can see here is the dashboard. Just some information about your campaign, the location, 21 to 65. I did 21 to 65 here. There's something called auto optimization, which I left on to let Facebook do all the work at the early set, while I just let the ads run and see which CTRs are best. Some information about reach and frequency, image being the largest factor here. Of what's doing best or not doing best. So it's telling me here that this picture was best, the CTRs, the click-through rate wasn't as good, but the cost per click was really good on this ad. Well, ads with this image versus this image, this was the worst. £1 a click, that's quite high. Cost per 1K impression, so forth and so forth. And then it's headlines, which headlines were best. University of Phoenix graduates are saving thousands on after calling. Ex-Phoenix students saved thousands after calling. So you can see here the cost per click was lower. The CTR was lower here, but the cost per 1,000 impressions was significantly lower than this one here. So you can see a lot of stats here. This breaks down the audience. So what you can see here is the age ranges. All the age ranges here and their clicks and their impressions. So this is a fantastic tool to see a great snapshot of what's going on in your campaign. You can really go and drill into detail. It will even tell you, as for interest, this University of Phoenix interest here is the only interest we picked because we're targeting specifically University of Phoenix. Engagement, post likes, page likes, shares, etc., which is good because people are engaging with the ads. It will break you down into the best periods in the week and the time. So this will be great for scheduling your ads for a specific amount of time, and it will tell you your top ads. So these are the top ads, and when you highlight it, it will give you a breakdown of its CTRs, its cost per click. So you can see this cost per click here for this specific ad, or this headline and that ad text at the top, gives us a 24p, which is about 36 cents per click, which is great because then you get to filter down to what gives you cheap clicks, engaging clicks, and then you can start to cancel out things like ads and images that are bad. And you can really start to cancel out. I think this specific campaign, I uploaded like 250 or nearly 250 ads. So this spend happened in a matter of an hour, which after approval, but a couple of conversions came in. But I can already see which ads are terrible, which ones are costly, etc., etc. So you can really use the information here to filter down into what you can do. You can also view the post on Facebook here. So you can see the post here, see what's going on, have a quick snapshot and look. So you know exactly what to leave on and what not to leave on. So this is basically AdExpresso in a nutshell. And as I said, this tool is powerful enough for you to say, hey, I'm going to test various things, click a few buttons and save like 5 hours. And the great thing is it is on trial. You can just quickly sign up to it. I'm not promoting this because I make any money from it, because I absolutely don't. I just freaking love it. I just love tools that save me hours and hours of time and to work on other things. I mean, you know, as affiliates, as people selling calls, we want to be focusing on our deals and our relationships and getting new deals. And we want these processes to be as simple as possible. And I mean, I just upgraded this right now for this account anyway. And that cost me $49 a month. And $49 a month could save me, depending on how many campaigns you set up. For example, we just got a potential new client yesterday that will be closing in the next couple of days, and we're already setting up the campaign for it. And if that means saving 5 hours to focus on what the client wants and to potentially put that time into research, that's fantastic. You know, it almost pays for itself. So I'd recommend getting at least a 14-day trial where you have no, you don't get tied into this, and just having a look at how you can use it and setting up campaigns with it. Let me just see if I can show you. Okay, I'm going to try and log into one of my platforms here. I'm going to pause the video quickly and just log into one of my platforms to show you the couple of conversions I got here. Just give me a second. Hello everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to take a screenshot there. A bit of sensitive information going on here, but what I will say is, as you can see here, the student loan consolidation campaign. This is my account, so you can see K Finance, which is the name of one of our companies, kenny@coregrowth.com. Email me, I'll respond, say hi. So, as you, on the previous screen, you saw that I spent about 60-something pound because I had a ton of ads, 250 ads, all optimized by Facebook, letting them do the bidding, which I don't usually do. But I did it because of the sheer number of ads in this case. Sometimes you can on AdExpresso choose to pick the lower end of the bidding scale versus the higher end or the middle end, or you can just let them optimize themselves. So that option's there. So I spent about $80-something. I made $24. So you can see not all of the clicks transfer to calls. So my job is to make sure more of the clicks turn to calls. That's my job. So then I'll be looking for the ads with the best CTRs for the cheapest price. So you can see here that seven calls that did go through, I made $24, which means 3 of these calls actually converted. Maybe 4 of them were air. Maybe a couple of them were people that called by accident. But you can see the $24 earned at the beginning of the campaign, monster EPC here compared to the network EPC. I know it is low volume, so it is, you could argue it's skewed, but then they are real conversions. So it is still a monster EPC, which is great. So just going back to the end of the slide. Yeah, going back to AdExpresso, you can see the power basically the main power of AdExpresso is it saves you time, and the tool you use to have a look at your results really helps you knock out ads. You can pause ads directly from AdExpresso as well. So this is basically the setup. I implore you to try and use it and test different things. There's no one way of making things work. You can copy this exact same thing and you might not convert anything. You know, so I would say to test things that are different as well. I've seen a lot of things in the industry where people have made a lot of money by doing something outside the box and doing things nobody's doing. So I'm always on the hunt for brand new things. I'd recommend you do the same, and also, you know, test out new headlines. I said earlier in this video, shop now might not work. It could work. I've never tested it, so let the testing do the talking, let the numbers do the talking, and let's all be happy together while making call money. So I'm gonna leave this here on AdExpresso. This is the end of this chapter, so I'd say please ask questions on the group when this is out, and you have any questions, talk to us there. This is just a blueprint. This is not the definite way. This is a walkthrough. This is the way we might do things, and this is a good starting point. And then you can go your own way and test new things anytime you want. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative, and we'll be there in the group. Take care, guys. Bye.